Welcome to Pat's Soundbytes IGTV. Keeping new music alive is what I do on the radio and now on video. Conducting live chats with the artists and learning the stories behind their latest release and also playing their new video. A very special thank you to my good friend Olivia at Red Light Management for scheduling and coordinating today's guest. Special thanks today to my sponsor Go-Go Tuners for all guitar players looking for a focus on ease of use, readability, durability, and accuracy. Look no further. The Go-Go Tuner is the choice of many touring professionals and a favorite of casual players. Go-Go's signature green you're in and red you're out screen makes tuning quick and easy. For more information, go to the website at gogotuners.com. Special thanks to WBXO Classic Rock Radio Redefined, allowing me to keep new music alive on the radio airways on the Pat Show every Sunday from 5 to 8 Eastern Standard Time. Only on WBXO Classic Rock Redefined. And a big thank you to Mr. Evan Balzer for allowing me to use his amazing instrumental that you're hearing right now. It's called Trails. To find out more incredible music by Evan, go to his website at evanbalzer.com. And today's special guest, my good friend, Mr. Will Turpin of Collective Soul. The band has reissued the Blue Album 25th Anniversary Edition, which is actually a deluxe reissue, and it's on vinyl. We're going to talk to Will about the reissue, about the beginning days of Collective Soul, what he has been doing to keep himself busy during this pandemic, talk about new Collective Soul music, and much, much more right here on Pat's Soundbytes IGTV. I ain't touching anything. Welcome to Pat's Soundbytes IGTV, keeping new music alive on the radio and video and promoting cool cats like this guy. Coming from his home outside of Atlanta, Georgia, my brother from another mother, singer-songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, best known for that backing vocals and that killer bass on the amazing rock band, none of this grunge crap. Soul. My good friend Will Turpin, brother Will.
What's up, Pat? How you doing, man?
Maybe not enough Red Bull in me. I don't know. It's Zoom. I'm gonna zoom in a minute. Great to see you, man.
Good to see you, buddy.
It's been a while. I mean, man, we started in February. I got to go to the first show, and anyway, before we hit that, Collective Soul has reissued the Blue Album 25th Anniversary Edition and deluxe reissue out there everywhere. Go out and buy. First time on vinyl. Great new video, great new lyric video, Where the River Flows, great still shots back in the day in video, and all that good stuff. Please support Will and our friends and buy. Before I dive into this, my man, I read or heard somewhere about my man getting this COVID. Oh, no.
Yeah, I had it.
Truth to the rumor?
No, me, my middle son, Jude, and my youngest son, Luke, we all tested positive. We knew we were exposed. We didn't have bad symptoms or anything. We just knew that we had been exposed. So we went to a rapid test center, and sure enough, 3 out of 5 of us in the family had it. And so we all had to quarantine together, even my wife and oldest son who didn't have it. But me, I felt the fever. I felt the mild fever in the evening. I'd feel it come on in the evening. I didn't really feel any bad flu-like symptoms. I had very mild symptoms. I did experience the loss of taste and smell, which was interesting, and that took a while to get back. And I felt tired, but I'd wake up every day crisp, wanting to do stuff. So I worked every day. I just quarantined, and by the middle of the day, I'd feel me slow down, and it did feel weird, but nothing ever made me want to ball up and stay in a bed or anything. So I had pretty much mild symptoms, and so do my boys.
They give you
But
meds or something? You didn't have to go to the hospital then, I take
I didn't
it.
even take a Tylenol. They told me to take a Tylenol if I get a bad headache. I didn't even take a Tylenol. So
Wow. Here I'm thinking Donna threw you out in a tent somewhere out in the woods and said, hang out for 14 days and we'll see you then.
yeah, I slept on the couch, but other than that, everything was pretty normal.
Well, we are blessed that you're good. Knock on wood here in New York. It's been crazy, but
Yeah.
I've been locked down. I've been wearing the mask. I've been washing my hands. So I've been staying away from people. It's all good. Although my wife is out in the public, my son's out in the public. Like, take off your clothes, jump in the shower, do whatever you need to do. We do not need this headache, but I'm great to
No.
hear that you're okay. That's number one on the charts. Okay. So as I said earlier, we start this 2020 tour hanging out with you guys in New Jersey. We're having a blast. The tour kicks off, and then the rug pulls out. What was your last show? Was that in Nashville? Was that the
Nashville
Ryman?
was the last show, and ironically, that was the night that Nashville was hit by the tornado. We were in downtown Nashville when that tornado was coming through Nashville that night. Less than, I'd say, a third of a mile from us, the tornado was tearing through downtown Nashville, and we were at an after show place there in Midtown, just having some beers and hanging out with friends, and there was a tornado ripping through Nashville, and that was the last show that we've played in a long time.
Wow. I mean,
That
and
would have
now
been like
there aren't,
mid-February or something like that.
yeah. The first show was February 12th in Jersey that I got to see you. And the Nashville show, I want to say, was March like 2nd or 3rd. And then,
Oh, okay.
so I think you got 6 shows under your belt and things were going good. And now there are shows rescheduled for the fall and to the end of the year, Will. But I mean, I'm thinking probably doubtful. I was just up in New Hampshire and out of the blue, I'm walking on this boardwalk and there's Collective Soul at the Hampton Beach Arena Casino.
Oh,
I
yeah.
never knew where it actually was, and they had the show on the billboard. But I'm thinking, everything's pretty much shut down for the end of the year.
Yeah, because those shows are in October, so those are the first shows we've got still on our calendar. We'll see. I would agree with you. I'd say it's doubtful that they're going to happen.
I mean, I would just hope the promoters give the people their money back. Folks are struggling now. For now, give the money back to Collective Soul fans. We'll be there when you guys are able to come back. I mean, we all get it. It's just crazy. Today, 5 months into no touring, bro, your first tour's arriving back with the guys and the crew and the band going. Man, it's going to have to be emotional, no?
Yeah, we were even at Ed's house just last week working on new material. I mean, we're still creating. I'm going to the studio later this afternoon. So me and the band guys, yeah, we miss each other because we genuinely have a good time together, and we are, but we're the best of friends. So when we're not around each other, after a while, it's good for a little bit of time, and then after a while, you really want to start playing music again and doing what you've been doing your whole life,
Yeah, no, I could imagine. Well, Collective Soul, 25 years, maybe into 26. It's been a crazy ride. You guys have certainly weathered the storm. And reading up the things that I did not know, Will, is the fact of, Ed writes this demo of Shine and really just cared about being more of a songwriter before maybe getting into this whole band thing. And drops it off at the Georgia State University student radio station, and the thing just goes crazy. The demo makes it down to Florida, and before you know it, everybody in the country wants to hear Shine. And then this ride is officially launched, kind of in a way, right?
Yeah, yeah. He had definitely. It was more like the band was a band for a while, and then after Ed's getting in the zone where he's like, I'm going to try to sell some of my songs. And so half of that first record, or at least half of the first record, was Ed just wanting to do a songwriter demo. So it kind of got combined together with songwriting demo and some of the songs that were recorded as a band. And Ed was willing to go any path that he could find success in. But once Dean dropped that I think it might have been a cassette, to be honest with you. He dropped the cassette off at the radio station, and then they started getting a lot of requests for it. And then the very next time, I went with Dean to the radio station because we were both at Georgia State University at the time. And then the second time we went into the radio station, I think we talked on the radio real quick. And then next thing you know, you know, it's not like the band had broken up, but it was like, oh, okay, now we got a real reason to start rocking and rolling here because things are moving quick for us.
Yeah, and moved very quick, and it's been a crazy. So Hints came out before you signed with Atlantic. Am I correct on in
It
that?
did. Hence did come out on an independent label. We sold about 30,000 copies on an independent label.
And then Atlantic gets wind of this whole Shine thing and signs you guys, and then
And there was
now
no
you're getting
time to
ready.
re-record or repackage anything. We just thought, let's release this as is, hints and allegations and things left unsaid. It's obviously the title's kind of a little bit prolific there as far as, you know, hey, you're going to get a little hint of what the band is. But we just thought, let's go out with this record and get back in the studio as quick as we can, record another record. You know, we're always thinking about more and more, even way back then. We're always thinking about the next record or what we can do more. So that was the plan. And sure enough, we went right in the studio after touring. We even went into the studio during the tour and recorded Gel for the Jerky Boy soundtrack. And then as soon as that 94 tour ended, we were right in the studio in Miami at Criteria. We finished that record by early February, and by end of March, we're back on tour with Van Halen doing arenas, and the second record's coming out, you know.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And you did Woodstock, right? You did Woodstock in '94,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to say you guys even opened up for
We
Aerosmith.
did the whole a shed tour with Aerosmith at the end of the fall of '94.
What was it like getting that call for Woodstock? I mean, you guys were just a half a year away from who are these guys, and now you're at Woodstock.
Yeah. It was all really exciting back in the time, and I remember just thinking, all right, this is it. This is it. Let's take this real serious. We've always taken our music serious and our performance serious, and we just tried to be ourselves. That's really all we can be. But we try to be serious about what we do and make sure that we're as good as we can be, and then think about we just think about the future, what we can do next.
Did you get a lot of pressure from Atlantic saying, "Hey, go, 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 go," or were you pretty much on your own and keep doing what you're doing?
I kind of, yeah. People always act like that's a common thing, but for us, it really wasn't common that we got a lot of pressure from Atlantic. We started out successful on our own. They picked us up and supported us and helped us, but they knew that we had our ideas of what we wanted to do, and they let us really kind of do what we wanted to do. I mean, I remember times when we were looking for singles, and there was a little bit of pressure. And I remember the Dosage record. We went back in and recorded a couple extra songs because we didn't think it was quite there. But I never remember the record label pressure being more than the pressure we would put on ourselves.
And the fact that, I mean, then you got to do a video, right? We got MTV out there, and you got to spend money on the video and get the video of Shine. And even in today's world, a video can go viral before anybody even knows a band or even heard of the song. But back then it was important, and you guys pursued that and did everything that you needed to do to be relevant and get the exposure as much as you can, which I thought was great.
Yeah, we got, golly, how many videos did we record back in the day? Yeah, we ran up a budget. We finally recouped it all, though. We ran up a budget with the Atlantic Records Bank.
And, it was, everybody relates to that 90s as that grunge. And I read a line the other day. It said, Collector Soul, some journalist, I should say, labeled you guys bubblegum grunge. And I'm like, what the hell is that? You guys are a rock and roll band as far as the minute I heard you and to the day I met you guys and still continue to support you. It's always been rock to me. I don't see Nirvana. I don't see Pearl Jam. I don't see Soundgarden. I mean, maybe a little bit, but I think that whole 90s.
I would say that those labels are fun, and the Seattle movement should always be remembered as a group. But I think in general, all those bands are rock bands as well. These other things are subgenres, and then there's even subgenres of subgenres if you want to get down to it. But to me, rock and roll is the ultimate genre, and it's the ultimate umbrella to live underneath, and we're a rock band,
Yeah, no, I mean, I go back to the whole Little Richard and Chuck Berry and then the blues and the British Invasion. Even before that, the swing. I mean, I got my mom's, all her Glenn Miller records after she passed. And yeah, I mean, today, I mean, when Post Malone's hanging out with Ozzy Osbourne, does it really matter? Music is music, and that
Right.
heals the soul, and that's what we're all about. So I think it's great. I just laugh at the term pop gun grunge, and I'm like, come on. You look at like Jim Blossoms, who you toured with, you know, Robin Wilson, great guy. I mean, they're not grunge. They were all, you were all part of that whole '90s thing, and glad that you've all survived it, because a lot of
We
bands
were,
certainly
we were
didn't.
all part of a scene that shifted from the hair band era where everything was really glammy, and you know most of the content, the lyrical content of the records was, you know, it was basic, you know, partying or getting laid, having fun, all great subjects to write a song about. But the 90s were about a shift in lyrical content and just more about songs being songs about anything as opposed to you know, the whole glam rock thing that was shifting out. So you take bands like us and the whole grunge scene and Gin Blossoms, and you could say Soul Asylum from Minnesota, Minneapolis. You could, you know, the guys from New York, even the Dave Matthews and Blues Traveler, the John Popper stuff out of New York. You know, all those were bands that were rooted in great musicianship, and songs were about anything under the sun that we humans do. And I think that was just an awakening or just a shift in the listener's ears. And that's the era we started in. But, you know, it's like I said, 26 years later for us, we're still looking at what we're doing next too. I mean, we're still at this point in our career, we're making some of the best rock and roll we've ever done. So it's just rock and roll, man.
There's no doubt about that. How I love Blood is, and all the fans love Blood. It was like, where did this come from? It's all good. It's got a little variety of everything. And the minute you guys take on stage, the place goes crazy. And I think that's got, you know what? In my opinion only, I think it's got to do with you guys being able to pursue your own visions and creativity. And Ed's got the sweet tea. You had your solo, Serengeti Drivers, which who plays it more than I do? Nobody. Dean's got Magnets and Ghosts. Johnny's always on Instagram playing. Jesse's producing somebody's album. But I think as a whole, it helps all you guys musically be able, you know, better hone your skills, I would think, right? You're writing, you're performing.
Yeah.
And then you come back to the home
The
show.
Rolling Brothers came from a zone where we were always influenced by other things, and that's in our earlier part of our lives. Once we were bandmates and professionals, we always thought that it would be better for the whole if we as individuals get to explore ourselves outside of the band, and when we come back together, it should make us stronger. That was always our thought.
And it's funny, you know, folks look at you, you know, man, there he is. He's the backup vocal, the bassist, but it started with guitar, or it started with piano, and then percussions, I want to say, a couple of times that we talked. And then Serengeti Drivers is really more piano, keyboard driven. Faith, Hope, and Love, Demons, All on You. I love all of it. And actually, it's the second one because you had the Lighthouse before that. Are you working on anything on the Will Turpin, funky groove, up tempo?
Yeah. The Will Turpin funky style.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm definitely working on something. I got a couple songs I'm working on right now, so I'm going to release those soon. I'm not going to do a whole record. That took a lot of time. So I got a couple songs that are just in me. They're coming out. A song called Galaxies and a song called Cornerstone I'm working on right now. And I'm producing some other people, producing a band called Hey Dreamer right now at the studio. And I think soon to be working on my son's and my nephew's next project. They're both really good musicians, and I think they're going to start recording some stuff too.
Wow. Very cool. We'll get into your brother in New York because I can play anything. And certainly, you know that. I think still my favorite is All on You. I think Fallen Castle. I mean, I think I played them all a bunch of times. We talked last time. Do I got it right? Vibration or Vibrating?
Vibrating.
It's going to be the part 2 of Blood. Can the fans, can us Collector Soul fans kind of get ready if there's no tour, maybe to see part 2 of Blood popping out?
Yeah, we got to have a plan here because the record was due to be out. It would have been
June,
out
right?
by now.
Yeah.
And we kind of put that on pause, but Vibrating, the second part of Blood, is what an exceptional record. I'm so disappointed people haven't heard it yet. It's it's hard to start ranking or saying what you like better, especially when it's things are recorded in different eras of your life and stuff. So it's not really, the conversation is kind of mute when you're talking about what's better or best. But the record that's in the can right now, Vibrating, it's an exceptional record. It's just, we got to figure out a plan here. Of course, we're waiting for COVID to do its thing and go ahead and get out of the scene before we can figure it out.
Will, is it comparable to Blood? I mean, we all love Blood. Is it got
It
that?
is. It is, and I honestly think it's probably a smidge. It's probably a little better than Blood as a whole, but they're both awesome, and comparing them is really, like I said, it's really invalid to compare art forms. But I'm really excited about it, and I guess I'll just have to hold on to that excitement until everybody hears it.
Yeah, you just lit up when I mentioned it about, and you like lit up when you said Vibrating. Like, man, oh, by the way, this guy knows about that. And wow, I mean, yeah, well, look, I'm the guy itching for new music all the time because I can play it and I think it's great. And Blood hit it out of the park. So I 100% agree with you. That's probably your best work, and you guys are still shooting for the stars. How's Z? I know he's doing his he's out there keeping himself relevant on video. I see Jess and Johnny. Everybody doing well? Dean?
Everybody's doing good, man. We had a good, like I said, we were at Ed's house working on some more music, of course. About a week ago, we hung out for about 10 days straight. We were at Ed's house hanging out, eating, just stayed in the house, and had some great food. His wife, Mike Link, was cooking for us. She's such a gracious host. And Ed's got his basement, where you've seen the video of his basement with all the instruments and a recording studio. We hang out and make music together.
He's always apologizing. Hey, sorry for the noise, construction. The kids are walking back with guitars, hanging up stuff. He did the outside. I thought the outside show was pretty cool in outside the neighborhood.
Yeah, I watched it. I saw
Little
it.
ad outside the neighborhood. Hey, what's going on? Any thoughts of you guys doing a live stream?
Yeah, we talked about it. I mean, I don't know. We should probably do something. I got ideas. I got good idea, Pat. I'll try to spark that fire.
No, I mean, I was driving driving Olivia crazy going, once I got this Zoom thing, I got to get all the guys together. And you guys were all over the place, and I get it, Yeah, you're all going through the same stuff we're going through. I even had Vince on for my podcast, not a Zoom.
Nice.
But I felt bad. I said, you know what? I wanted to bring another element to the fans on, oh my God, what about Vince? And what about Jim? And what about John?
Yeah, people
all the guys that I know through.
I'm seeing my touring professional friends. I mean, we're talking about we're talking about sound engineers, technicians,
Fernando,
lighting technicians. It's just getting real bad for everybody. We're used to creating. I mean, people create a whole life of income based on these things, and they're professionals and they're really good at what they do. But we're not working. None of us are working right now.
I mean, I was just heartbroken, and it was great that Vince took the time to chat with me. But I'm like, oh man! And he goes, Pat, it wouldn't be one thing if it was just Collector Soul, because I met Vince through Billy Gibbons as well when you guys were not touring one year. I'm like, wait a minute, I know you, and so those guys keep busy, but I'm like, I felt terrible. But any way that we can support Vince and the guys, we are here. Collector Show, crew shirts, whatever we need to get out there to support your small little family that always embraces me and my crazy friends when I get to see you guys.
I'll tell you a good group to support is called Music Cares. They're trying to help out some of the pros in the industry.
And then, of course, we know the truth that you really won the first 5 for it all.
I think I was about to. It rolled right off the edge.
Right off. But you know what? Which is really cool, that if there is going to be the first winner, it's still in your band. And you called it. No, Jesse's rolling the dice. Jesse's rolling the dice. And who would ever think?
Man,
Jesse hits 3 4s. on the last row. You think we won the Stanley Cup or the Super Bowl? We jump up and down. My wife thought I was nuts. Poor Robin Wilson has no idea what we're talking about. But it was all good, man. Hey, thank you for your time. Great to see you. How's the Atlantic United doing? Are they still at least playing soccer or doing something?
Yeah, they're not doing too well right now. It's we've won our championship, and we're I don't know what's going on right now. We just fired our coach, and we just lost real big in the tournament down there in Orlando. So we're rebuilding here. We're trying to get our stuff back together in Atlanta.
Well, good luck for the team. Great
thanks,
to see you, brother. Stay healthy. Best to Donna and the boys. Keep me in mind when you need to release anything. We're looking forward to Vibrating. We're looking forward to Will jumping off the stage.
Yeah, I can still do it. We'll see how much longer I can do it.
I was going to say 5 months and Will hasn't dived off the stage.
I'll probably, it'll be a meniscus. It'll be a meniscus or an Achilles tendon the first time I try it. I'm out of shape.
Don't say it. Don't. Jesus. Will, love you, brother. Can't wait to see you back on the road. You need anything? New York loves Collective Soul. Everybody go. I know that I'm part of the fan club, and everybody's buying the 25th anniversary album. Go out there, the Blue Album. Go out there and get that. There's actually an expanded edition. I think there's an extra song out there. If you go out and buy it, go out and purchase a shirt. As Will said, music cares. Take care of Johnny and Fernando, and of course Jim and Vince and all our brothers that way. We can't wait to see you back. Love you, man. Stay safe and well.
Thanks, Pat. Can't wait to be back on tour, man.
Okay, man. Thanks, Will.